Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. This is Srimai and I am the founder of the ODCH platform, which is dedicated to help all of you wonderful ODIas to improve your communication skills. Today in this wonderful video and important one, I'm going to show you how you can fix your speaking power. If you have problem of speaking with power, then let me help you with three-step solution, okay, which has been tested and been proven to be very effective. So please don't forget to start taking notes. If you don't have any pen and paper, go ahead, bring the pen and paper and start making notes. And if you're ready to learn, just type RTL in the comments, ready to learn. Okay, so now let me talk about the first and the most important problem that people commonly face: fear or nervousness of speaking, especially in the language of English. Now, obviously, because I'm a bhabu ki I'm Odia medium school ru aschu kimba Odia ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ ବେଶୀ ଆମେ connected ଅଛୁ ତ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଆମର fluency English ରେ ନାହିଁ. But let me tell you that I also have come from English medium school, and let me tell you that if you know how to improve your listening, speaking, reading, writing in the language of English, not in the subject of English, then you will see the changes. Okay, so don't fear, don't blame your background. को medium ରୁ ଆସିଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣ? ମୁଁ ଦେଖିଛି ଇଂଲିଶ ମିଡିୟମ ପିଲାମାନେ ବି ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ଇଂଲିଶରେ struggle କରନ୍ତି, ଓଡ଼ିଆ ମିଡିୟମ ପିଲାମାନେ ବି ଇଂଲିଶରେ struggle କରନ୍ତି. Sometimes I have seen ଓଡ଼ିଆ medium people talking very nicely in English, and same is true for other medium school people as well, school or college background as well. So my dear friends, if you have this problem, then what is the immediate solution that you can apply is to talk slowly and relax. Okay, so when you talk slowly, it gives more time to your brain to think, okay, and relax. So instead of hurrying up, instead of rushing, instead of instead of panting and talking right at a stretch, relax. Learn to relax your breathing. Okay, learn to control your breathing, and that happens when you do meditation or যদি আপনি rushing mornings, especially in mornings, if you're not rushing and you're taking care of your mind, right? Like how Robin Sharma said, that how you spend the first 1 hour of your day will decide the next 10 years of the quality of life that you're going to have. So in the first 1 hour of your morning, don't rush. Spend some time with yourself, with calmness, with thinking, right? With writing, goals, journaling, meditating. This will help you to have a control over your breathing. So, what will happen is you will not rush through talking. And when you don't rush, when you make that decision not to rush but to slow down, it will relax you and will help you to get that confidence that you are always looking for. Many people do this mistake, like how it is written: don't worry about the performing. Okay, don't worry about performance. Now is not the time of your performance. Now is the time to relax. Now is the time to reduce the fear. So to reduce the fear, start speaking. But when you start speaking, don't rush. When you don't rush, your brain will have more power, more time to talk nicely. Okay, so don't worry about performance, worry about reducing your fear. Let's go to point number two. Point number two is, if you are someone who has been given a feedback, or you think, sometimes ame mane nijero evaluate karu, we introspect each other and we realize that sometimes mu ei jinsa ta a better way re koi parthandi. So lack of words, maybe mate words miluni, we blame it on vocabulary, and we think that we are unable to structure our sentences. ମଝିରେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ କହିବୁ, ତାପରେ ଆଉଥରେ ପୁଣି ramble କରିବୁ. Ramble ମାନେ going here and there, we ramble it to another sentence, then again we come back here. So if it is like this, and sometimes we talk and we forget what we are talking about. So if these are your problems, then you know what the solution is. The quickest solution is this: whenever you're talking about something, come to the point as soon as possible. I call it the KISS formula as well. This is actually not what I say, it's already there in the communication skills books. So it is called the keep it simple and short formula. All of you please type KISS in the comments. KISS. Okay, keep it simple and short. So come to the point as soon as possible. If you start giving a lot of explanation about the point, because we have this habit of over explaining things, don't do that. Okay, just talk about the point as soon as possible. That way, how will it help you is that when you are talking about the point, you already know, you have confidence about that particular line. So you can at least speak that line, the most important sentences, the first few sentences which is about the topic, in a best possible way, because you already know, you already have confidence about it. You don't have to think much. So when do you have to think? When you are giving a lot of explanation, when you are going around and round the topic. Come to the point as soon as possible. Okay, keep it simple and short. And for long term benefits, to improve the vocabulary, to improve the words, the Giacomo Kohe Sabdo Koso. Okay, even I have come from Odia medium, as I told you. The best way is to become curious and to get exposure. Be curious, be curious. Try to know more words. Okay, reading, writing, listening. Watch important, instead of watching unnecessary reels and negative things. Okay, watch reels which are motivational, which are creative, which are interesting, and from Native American or Native British or Native Australian speakers. And from there, for example, movie clips. I love Hollywood movies, right? So I'm a diehard fan, so you can learn a lot of words. And then you become curious. So that's how I learned. You become curious that a word or meaning da kon hithibo, eta kimti use kora heichi. And then what I do is I write a lot, right? So the writing is a daily, almost like a daily habit of mine, whether it is online or offline. So I have this notebook, I'm unable to show you, but I have this diary which is 20th volume of my life. I self document my life, you can say autobiography. Okay, so I write everything about my life in English. 99.9% of the time it's English, and it's in the early mornings. So while having a sip of coffee or sip of tea, aram se basiki, I just think and write. And mostly I go to the rooftop or the balcony so that I can, I go to a park or go to a Buddhist monastery or something like that where calmness is around. And that gives me a lot of time to write properly. And when I write, I try to use the words that I've learned in the last couple of days. And because I do that, my memory for that word increases, or I mean, it becomes long term. If you got this point, type got it in the comments. All right. Let's come to the third most important problem that people face is like probably you have seen that lokomane bore he hochandi when you're giving a presentation or when you're in a meeting. People are not paying attention to you. That happens because you lack the energy, the power of voice modulation, and probably you're speaking too fast, or you're eating up your words. There's no clarity. So କଣ କରିବା ଆକୁ solve କରିବା ପାଇଁ ବନ୍ଧୁଗଣ, we have to immediately apply pauses. One of the best solution, ଯେମିତି ମୁଁ କହିଲି first point ପାଇଁ, do not rush, don't rush. If you have the fear of speaking, pratham katha, start speaking anyhow, because unless and until you face your fear, you won't be able to overcome it or bypass it, right? So you have to face your fear, right? For example, cycle cholea to arambo kariki ruti belia porjanto, unless and until I keep doing it, I cannot just give excuse ki I'm not able to do it, I'm not able to do. I have to keep doing it. But when you're doing it, there's a process of doing it. I've already shared in the point number 1. In point number 3, what I want to say is that don't rush, take pauses. Keep it simple and short, as I told you in point number 2, right? Keep it simple and short. Take more pauses. Talk about something, pause. Talk about something, pause. Talk about something, pause. When you do that, people get a lot of clarity automatically. Why? Because you are giving time to them to think about what you just said. You're giving time to process the information and work on your enunciations. Enunciation mane bhangi bhangi ki kohiba. For example, instead of talking like this, that talk slowly, relax, don't worry about performing. If I enunciate, I will say, talk slowly, relax, do not worry about performing. कौन होची मु छन छन करिकी गोटे गोटे वर्ड कहूची गोटे गोटे वर्ड क्लियरली क्रिस्पली आकु कहंती एनंसिएशन गोटे अछि प्रोनाउंसिएशन the sound of the words out of enunciation. How do you pronounce, how do you clearly state the word? So clarity is enunciation, pronounce is pronunciation, right? So work on enunciations. So instead of talking too fast, okay, slow down, take pauses, crisply talk about words. And you can't do that if you are talking too much. So kiss. Again, point number 2, keep it simple and short. So short sentences kohibe aur pura crisp and clearly kohibe, right? So more pauses, enunciation, and then intonation. And intonation is very simple. We intonate. Intonation mane hala to put the right effort or energy in the right word. To to speak that word, the important words in a sentence with feeling and emotions. For example, good morning, or I can say good morning. कहला मु एडरे इंटोनेशन दली मु गुड और मॉर्निंग रे धीरे जाकर एनर्जी दली. फॉर एग्जांपल आई कैन से आई लव इंडिया, और आई कैन से आई लव इंडिया, आई लव इंडिया. सो कहला लव रे इंटोनेशन हला लव को मुटिके स्ट्रेस दली, राइट? फीलिंग्स एंड इमोशंस जदि आपण वर्ड रे पके intonation. So work on your enunciation and work on your intonation. But the quickest solution to reduce improve your energy of speaking and improve the clarity of speaking is to take pauses. I hope this video was really helpful to you. If it was, type helpful in the comments. And I wish you all the best to improve your communication skills. Don't forget to check the link in the description to join us, because we have had the opportunity to help a lot of people, a lot of warriors, to improve their communication skills, their soft skills, their personality, get jobs, interview clear interviews and promotional interviews, become leaders and talk in a different way, right? To improve their marketing and selling by improving their communication style. So doesn't matter which field you're working in, or which field of expertise you have as an Odia, we can always help you to improve your communication skills. Remember, we don't talk about quantity, we talk about quality. So if you want to join one of the most qualitative online platform in Odisha for Odias, go ahead, check the link in the description. See you there. Bye-bye.